And he thinks I'm going to platform him?
He's going to think to me, that's the funniest thing. He thinks I'm going to platform him. I don't even know where your platform is. I don't even know where to find Mark Levin. But that's hilarious. That's like me saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to platform Elvis Presley." You know what I mean? I'm not going to. Come on. Why would I want to? I'm not going to platform Leonardo DiCaprio. Here's the kind of stuff that Mark Levin, who I guess Tucker refers to as a third-rate podcaster, who's an Israel first guy, and they're losing the argument, so they just have to slander everybody who's on the right side. Paragons of conservative movement like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and even Steve Bannon. And so here's the kind of stuff he's been saying about them. Let's watch.
Was ever said from the right like this. Watch.
I don't know where there's Jew hatred from the Marxists, the Islamists, the neo-Nazis, the grifters. I don't know where they're pulling us and pushing us. What do they want to do with American Jews? What do they want to do? Where are they taking this country? They're destroying it. Carlson, Owens, Kelly, Bannon, it is a time for choosing. You pick the good guys or the bad guys. You pick America or you pick the Third Reich. They're not MAGA. They're not conservative. In fact, they're more Marxist, Islamist, America-hating, Jew-hating thugs than anything else. And let me educate them briefly. The Babylonians couldn't kill the Jews. The Persians couldn't kill the Jews. The Romans couldn't kill the Jews. Hitler couldn't kill the Jews, and by this I mean eliminate them. You think your puny little asses are going to be able to do it?
Kill the Jews? Your first thought is, wait a second, how do we get to that? No, just don't want a regime change war against Russia. By the way, a war in which Jews would die, presumably, both in the U.S. military and the IDF. Like, no, don't want to kill anybody. Actually, that's kind of the point. You want to kill the Jews? So the first thing you notice is like the total inversion of what the argument actually is. It's an argument about to what extent should U.S. military power be used on behalf of another country, not the United States. That's it. That's the debate. And all of a sudden it becomes the Babylonians, the Nazis trying to kill the Jews. So again, it's an inversion.
So that's the debate. And Mark Levin and people like him, Ted Cruz, Ben Shapiro, they want to make it about everything else. So that's all the debate is about. And so now Tucker Carlson wants to have a debate with Mark Levin. Stop calling me Nazis and Hitlers and anti-American and Jew haters, and stop doing that. Let's have a debate and see whose ideas win the day, right? And even Megyn Kelly wants this to happen too now. That's why. So she's kind of caught in the middle on all this. And so here's what she says.
I know Tucker and Ben both. They are both under serious threats. Like, to be honest, I am too. Like this is a very volatile time. I don't like to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just saying, I know both of them are under serious threat. So just fucking put a lid on it, fucking Mark Levin, because I guarantee you the wrong people listen to that and we could have another powder keg on our hands. And you don't want that. You don't want that on your conscience. Just have a debate like a man on principle. And why don't you show up at the Turning Point event and debate him? Just debate him. That would be so good for this conservative movement you claim to love so much. You know who's at the Turning Point events? Future conservatives. And current conservatives, young people. This would be a chance for you to influence somebody under the age of 70. You should show up there and debate. Why wouldn't you debate? He's so disgusting you can't debate him. I can see not debating Nick Fuentes, to be honest. I can. But Tucker, he's so far outside the mainstream. All the Jewish friends I have in my head who text me all the time, like this is my thought. They would all debate Tucker. They would love to debate Tucker. They've got their facts ready to go all day. Why won't he do it? And why is he sounding like a leftist shill with his rhetoric, just trying to dismiss people as like these horrible, bigoted people who you can't even stand next to them on a stage? This is not good for America First or the conservative movement. And it's manna from heaven for progressives.
And so Tucker Carlson actually did directly reach out to Mark Levin. He has his cell phone number. And he texted him, and he invited him to debate him at the next Turning Point USA event, which Tucker Carlson is still invited to. Even after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, for who knows exactly why, but a lot of people speculated it's for bringing Tucker Carlson and his America First message to the Turning Points USA in May. So here's Mark Levin's response to Tucker Carlson reaching out saying, let's have a debate. Like Megyn Kelly said, be an effing man. I like when a lady swears. Anyway, here we go.
I got a very strange text this morning from Tucker Carlson. 10:16 a.m. I'll read it to you for verbatim. Good morning, he writes to me. The leadership at Turning Point has asked me to debate you at their event in Scottsdale in December. I'm happy to do it, and I hope you'll agree as well. Beyond the personal insults, which I'll try to keep to a minimum, there are real and important ideological differences between us, and I think the country would benefit from an extended conversation about them. So again, I hope you'll accept. Let me know. Thanks. The guy is desperate. He's taken a hit on his podcast.
So again, this is classic Jungian projection. Now, when you start calling everybody who's the leaders of the conservative movement who are actually America First, you start calling them anti-Semites, Marxists, and bigots. That's a sign of desperation. And what's a sign that you don't have an argument is that you refuse to debate him on a stage in front of a theater or a stadium full of conservatives. And Tucker Carlson, I say, still the most influential conservative in America, because Trump has wrecked MAGA with so many anti-MAGA things he's doing, especially being Israel first, and that's what this is all about. And so here he is, and he won't debate him. He won't debate him, but here he's got more to say. Let's listen.
He's fighting like hell for his career. He's fighting like hell for his reputation.
He's fighting. The guy gets millions and millions and millions of views on his podcast, audio podcast, on his YouTube show, and of course on his Twitter show on X. Millions and millions. He gets more. He'll get more views in a day than Mark Levin gets in a month. That's right. That's true. All right, here we go.
People are awakening to what scum he actually is.
The opposite is happening. People are waking up to what scum the Zionists and the Israeli First people are. So this is classic Jungian projection. Everything that he's guilty of, he's projecting onto his enemy. And that's exactly what he's doing. Everybody now, almost every young person in the conservative movement has woken up pretty much. The Republican Party only has the over 50 crowd that still goes along with their Israel First policies. So it's the exact opposite. Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens is more popular than ever. Candace Owens is the #1 show in the world. And so they know they're losing. And that's why they have to pretend that guys like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are struggling or going through a struggle session, or they're not doing any of that. Their audiences is expanding because they have the right message. And the right message is America First. Okay.
And he thinks I'm going to platform him?
He's going to think to me, that's the funniest thing. He thinks I'm going to platform him. I don't even know where your platform is. I don't even know where to find Mark Levin. But that's hilarious. That's like me saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to platform Elvis Presley." You know what I mean? I'm not going to. Come on. Why would I want to? I'm not going to platform Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not. Oh, come on. So you when you have someone who's infinitely more popular and has a greater reach than you, and you bring them on your show, you're not platforming them. They're elevating you. So if you actually showed up to debate Tucker Carlson, that would be Tucker Carlson elevating you, because everybody would want to see that, because he would dismantle you. But nobody would want to watch his show. I don't even know where his show is. So there you go. That's the funniest thing. I'm not going to platform him. Okay.
He thinks I'm going to help him kick up his podcast rating?
Like this is comedy. Like you can't write.
The right has been complaining about this deplatforming thing for years
For
now,
10 years.
and now they're doing it to people. Now they're saying don't platform.
I
I thought we were supposed to fight bad ideas with good ideas. That's how you
that was
change
what they
minds.
said.
Yeah.
The
I don't-
answer to bad speech is more speech.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to help him kick up his podcast ratings. It's just, I mean, even if you are, for whatever reason, a person who you have to be a crazy Zionist to tune into Mark Levin, even though those people have to go, well, come on, you're being a little stupid here. Tucker Carlson is crushing it with his views and numbers and downloads. Okay, here we go. Yeah, by the just remember, Tucker Carlson was not only the #1 news host when he was fired for telling the truth from Fox News, because you don't get fired for lying, you get promoted like Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper. You get fired for telling the truth. Let's remember when he got fired for telling the truth at Fox News, he had the #1 show on cable news, All News, and the #1 cable news show in history. In the history of television news. Okay, here we go.
What would Charlie say? What would Rush say? What would any rational response? Here it is. I wrote him the following. My family and I want nothing to do with you.
My
When you
family.
become your vile libels against my faith, millions of Christians, and in my view, what you seek to do to our country. There's nothing to debate. You're a Nazi promoter. You're the modern day David Duke. I debate people with whom I disagree for a living, who are a lot smarter than you, but for whom I have some respect. I'm also disappointed in TPUSA that continues to platform you. It's not about free speech. You could be heard by millions regardless.
I just thought you said he wasn't heard by anybody and he needed you to he needed Mark Levin to help boost his podcast ratings. But now you're saying he's going to be heard by millions of people regardless. Okay.
Solicited advice. Stop long enough to remember who you used to be and what you used to stand for. So, as expected, knee-jerk. For the record, I'm strongly anti-Nazi. Does he sound that way to you, America? Oh,
Yes.
You're going to hear more. But that's hardly the point. This seems like the perfect opportunity to rebut what you consider evil ideas and to do it to my face like a man. I think you'd jump at the chance, assuming you believe your positions are defensible. I'm offering the marketplace of ideas you often talk about. Is it possible you can't really defend, for example, what Israel has done to civilians in Gaza? I said, there you go. You're not feared, you're despised. Well, you're a coward, and if you change your mind, I'm here. Thanks. You little bastard, you attacked my stepson? You didn't do that face-to-face, did you? You stabbed him in the back while he's serving President Trump on his second tour, while he's in safe rooms with ballistic missiles passing over his head. You little bastard. Nobody's afraid of you.
You are. No, you are.
I'd rather debate.
You are. That's why you won't debate him. Because if you weren't afraid of him, you would show up and crush him, right? Wouldn't you go and win the debate and expose Tucker Carlson? Okay. Because it would be one thing if Tucker Carlson was a nobody that nobody knew, and that you would be elevating Tucker Carlson by showing up. I understand that. I understand people saying, well, I'm not going to debate this guy because this guy's a bad faith actor, and I would just be elevating him. I've turned down lots of those. But if he's a much bigger platform than you, why wouldn't you show up? Why wouldn't you show up? Because it would elevate you and help spread your message to even more people. I thought that's what you wanted to do. Okay, here we go.
A skunk than you.
He'd rather debate a skunk. Okay, I think that's where the COVID virus came from. A raccoon dog skunk. Anyway, there's Mark Maron.
Levin.
What did I say? Mark Maron? Mark Levin. tucking his tail and running away from a Tucker Carlson debate. And that's all that, and that just shows you that all the Zionists are that way. And when they do show up, they get their ass handed to them. Look what Dave Smith did to that chump. I'm blanking on that guy's name now. Josh Hammer. Look what he did to that chump Josh Hammer at the TPU USA event in May. Completely destroyed him in front of a theater full of conservatives. And that's what they're afraid of. They can't have that. And so that's one of the funniest. I'm going to pretend like I'm tough while I'm actually tucking my tail between my legs.
And he said, what would Charlie say? Charlie was all about debating people.
Charlie was all about.
What are you talking about?
Wasn't Charlie about prove me wrong?
Yes.
Here's the mic. Prove me wrong. That was what Charlie was all about. What would Charlie say? Charlie brought Tucker Carlson onto the TP USA event to speak. And right before he went out to speak, Charlie said, go Max. Don't hold back. Go Max. So, I really, honestly, you have to, I understand partisanship, but this is, if you still listen to this guy, you have to be the most mental cased Zionist in America. I can't understand why anybody would listen to this guy unless you're a mental cased, like Zionist of the worst kind. The worst kind. But there you go. Anything you want to add to that, Chris Keene?
No, it's just he sounds like a woke leftist that they've been complaining about for years. The same thing. Oh, don't platform a Nazi, you know?
Yes.
And the Nazi is just people he disagrees with.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
Anybody they disagree, that's why people, I think that's why Trump won, was because people got tired of that stuff, right? The independents, which is the biggest group of voters, right? People got tired of the left calling everybody a racist they disagreed with, a Nazi that they disagreed with, a white supremacist they disagreed with, a sexist that they disagreed with, a homophobe, a transphobe. They called everybody that.
Yes.
And so now they're exactly right, Chris. They're doing the exact same thing. Of course. Of course they are. Okay, so come see me on tour. I'm going to be in Australia, then Burbank, California. That's a Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving, November 28th. Most people are off that day. I'm not. December 6th in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, and January 11th in Waikiki, Hawaii. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Come see us in Australia. Second show's added in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. We'll see you in Burbank, California, the day after Thanksgiving. It's a Friday. And then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. Plus, January 11th, we're going to be in Waikiki at the Blue Note. Tickets not available yet for them, but go to jimmydore.com for a link for all the other tickets.